I was coming home from work one night when I had to stop for gas. I parked my car at the gas pump and went inside to pay with whatever cash I had on me. There were already 3 people waiting in line when I walked in and queued up. We were all stuck behind one of those annoying lottery guys who love to take their sweet time buying and cashing out like 10 different kinds of tickets. So I ended up making random small talk with the guy ahead of me. As we were chatting, another guy in the store saw us and thought we were actually friends hanging out together. This other guy came over and butted in, also cutting in front of me to get between us. He had really light blonde hair and a terrible bowl cut like something out of the 80s, and just started talking like a total asshole.
What's up, dudes? I'm Timothy, but you can call me Tim. Hey, you got a problem, man? You're looking at me kind of funny. Nah, man, just trying to get home. Long day at work, you know? I know exactly what you need. My hotel's across the street, and I just hit the liquor store. I think I'm alright, man. I don't really drink anyway. That's lame. What about you? I know you drink.
Yeah, I do, but I think I'll stick with these.
You gotta be kidding me. Who gets drunk off 2 beers? Listen, I got the good stuff, plus some. You guys got Snapchat?
I felt cornered into adding this Timothy guy on Snapchat, but I didn't mind as I barely used it anymore. The other guy added him on Snapchat too. Then after that, Tim didn't really talk to me. It seemed like he was slowly convincing the other guy to leave with him. I was honestly thankful to this random stranger for occupying that guy so that he wouldn't bother me anymore. Eventually, they made it to the front of the line. The stranger paid for his drinks. Then he and Tim walked out together. Less than a minute later, I had paid for my gas and was exiting the store to go fill up my car. I could see Tim and the stranger crossing the street to the hotel. It was one of those extended stay places that looked pretty sketchy, so I was glad I wasn't spending my night there. After I filled up, I went home. I made myself some dinner, cleaned up, then started getting ready for bed. Just as I was plugging my phone in, I got a notification. It was a snap from the Timothy guy. I didn't really want to open it. After all, I just met him against my will, but I knew I'd get curious and stay awake thinking about what it could be, so I opened it, and when I did, it turned out to be just what I expected. A selfie of Tim and the stranger holding up shots with a caption saying, "You should join us." I didn't respond. I just closed Snapchat and put my phone on Do Not Disturb, then laid down to go to sleep. Yet for some reason, I felt strangely awake. Something was bothering me in the back of my mind, but I couldn't tell what exactly. Maybe it was something I said or didn't say in that whole interaction at the gas station. I kept tossing and turning for hours, but nothing seemed to put me at ease. Eventually, at around 3 or 4 a.m., I resorted to scrolling through my phone. I went through Instagram, Facebook, even a little bit of Reddit before I finally reopened Snapchat. It was a trip down memory lane at first, tapping through my friends' stories that I hadn't seen in years, but I couldn't avoid Tim's story sitting at the top of my messages. When I tapped into it, I couldn't believe what I saw. It was a video of him beating the life out of the stranger we met. The poor bastard was bloody, covering his face, begging the guy to stop.
Take it! You deserve it! Don't fall asleep! I want you to feel every bit of this!
I was frozen, watching it all unfold, story after story, and it just kept getting worse. When the guy woke up, Tim pulled his eyes open and started cutting his face. He stabbed him over and over, kicking him into the ground. The stranger was awake every time he was beaten or stabbed, and the videos were all a few minutes apart, like Tim was waiting for him to wake up, to experience the agony he was inflicting. Finally, in the last video, Tim filmed himself slitting the stranger's throat, killing him. As soon as I convinced myself I wasn't having a nightmare, I called the police. I gave them the snap story, which led them to arresting Timothy immediately. But of course, it was already too late. The stranger's body had already been dumped, after having been stabbed a dozen times, and even burned. I think about this night all the time. I can't help telling myself that if I'd been watching the story post sooner, I might have been able to save that poor man's life. However, I'm ashamed to admit that the thought which scares me more is that it could have been me.